Hi, Matthew Johnson here, coming to you from the Park Expose at the end of Day 2 Oregon Trail Rally. We've seen a lot of attrition here on Day 2. From here on out, we're going to be in Dufur, Oregon area. It's the high desert area where the roads are much smoother and a lot easier than the first couple stages were this morning. So we're going to run around Expose here, get a few interviews, and see if we can help tell the story. Most interesting thing I saw entering the service area or the expose here was Lauchlin entering it on a tow strap. Let's go see if we can get a word with him. See what he's got to share with us. What's up? Well, we're hoping you're going to tell us what's up. We can tell you all kinds of things, but we want to know what you're dirtier than normal, and your car is too, and you came here on a tow strap. So what's going on? Your face is all dirty too.
I don't know where to begin. Today's been pretty incredible. Boy.
By the way, any new folks watching, this is Lauchlin O'Sullivan. He's driving a Super Production Evo. He had 7 to 9 minutes of penalties earlier today, lost from seizing brakes and other car issues. So he's had a hell of a day, but he came by us making good time lately, so I'm thinking he was doing okay, and now he's here on a tow strap. Well, and he's really dirty.
Yeah, I mean, today we never had a clean stage at all. It was pretty crazy. So the last couple of stages, if you're up to date on all the brake issues, we finally got the brake issue taken care of, and then we've had a power issue. So we looked at the turbo the last service, but we finally got our brakes straightened out, so we spent most of the time on that, and so we left. And then the first stage of these 3, we got in there, and we were doing fine for the first maybe 2 miles of the 8-mile stage, and then we were actually catching up to the guy in front of us at 2.5 miles, and all of a sudden the turbo, there was nothing. So that car, I think we must be at altitude, because that thing did not want to go anywhere. It couldn't get out of its own way. And got to the end of the stage. We found one of the turbo hoses had come off, so that's an easy fix. So we fixed that on the Transit. And then the next stage we went into, we got behind someone about midway in a 10-mile stage. He was pretty quick, but we still caught him by halfway through. Got stuck for about 2 miles, and then he finally saw us. We got right on his bumper. Super exciting. And you know, if you're 10 yards away from him, we couldn't see anything, and we were going into things blind, and it was crazy. He was calling out the notes, and it was just
that's scary.
Totally blind.
That is
totally
proper
blind.
Scary.
So when we got on his bumper, we could actually kind of see him better, and so we could just follow his line and kind of figure out what was going on. And then finally, when there was just a little room, because it was quite a narrow stage, we just got around the corner, tapped him a little bit, and I saw his face in the mirror. You could see it in the side view mirror. The realization that we're right there, and all of a sudden he scoots over, and we're gone. So that took quite a while, but the car seemed to run well. And then this final stage, we were going, and about halfway through, the engine just sounded worse and worse and worse. And then all day long, the accelerator once in a while was just peg at like $8,000, and so I have to turn the key off and then cycle it back, and it's some trippy thing, I don't know, with the computer. But it was just every once in a while it'd be going down, and you know, it'd be at 100, and then all of a sudden it wanted to go even faster. I was like, what's going on here? And so I had to leave it in neutral and just kind of let it rev and turn it off, and we're just kind of cruising in neutral at like 110. It was pretty crazy. And then so we thought we would just limp to the finish. The engine was getting worse and worse, and then we had about 4 miles to the end of the stage, and it just suddenly died. And we had to pull over, and then we had Heredos was good enough to actually tow us out of the stage, and then tow us in here, and we've kind of finished for the day, but fingers crossed, depending on what's happened with the engine. We don't know. There's some oil, but one cylinder is dead. We know that, but we don't know why.
Wow. What a day. You're going to sleep well tonight.
And that was just the last 3 stages. I could go into earlier today, too.
Hell of a day. Whew. So Doug Herodos pulling over to get Lauchlin on stage and pull him to the end of the stage on a hot stage, that says a lot. That was really nice of Doug.
Super cool. Not just that, but he was hauling.
Yeah,
he was hauling.
He was moving,
and
he like stopped and pulled you
in. I
in.
the video of that. That was good.
That's really cool.
No, I mean he was hauling while he was towing.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
that's exciting too. You did a lot of. That's why you're so dirty.
There's been a lot going on today. Yeah.
All right, we don't have a lot of time to get everybody here, so we're going to roll for now.
Out of here.
See you tomorrow morning, man. Yeah, get some sleep. Hey, Verena, let's chat with you real quick.
Right.
I have been telling the camera all day today that I've been really impressed with your driving.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen you experimenting with some left foot braking for traction control
Yes.
and for handling on the car.
Absolutely.
You tell me about that.
Well, I mean, the last few stages with Starve Out and Boyd were very loose. You know, there's a lot of loose gravel that we don't really have a lot at Team O'Neill. So we don't have ABS, of course. So you left foot brake while you full throttle, and that gives, you know, it kind of just stops the wheels from spinning. And especially in the mud, in the ruts, it helped a lot today.
Cool, nice to hear that. I also pointed out that I think you're driving a solid 30%, 40% more aggressive than I've seen you in the past. So I think you're getting more comfortable in the car, and the work you're doing is definitely paying off.
Thank you. I mean, you know, just being with Leanne for our, what is this, the third event of the season, like she said, we're gelling and I'm more committed to the notes, and I can see further ahead. I can take in more information, so she can start reading the notes faster, and I can start committing and going faster and faster into corners, so braking later, things like that.
Good stuff. Well, we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We're going to try to rip around here and see everybody if we can before this deal's over. Thanks for your time.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
See you, Leanne. See you tomorrow. All right. Well, just, hey? I'm good. How are you?
Good.
All right. Nice to see you, for sure. Let's head on around. Where is Adam close? Down here? Okay. Cool. Hi. What's up? All right. Am I missing something? Oh, here we are. Can we do a group interview here?
Of course you can.
All right, cool. We'll start with you.
Put that down in your pants to make your package look bigger.
So Will, did you hear that? Will Orders here has been entertaining us today. I know, yeah, for sure. We love the rear-wheel drive big power action. Both of you guys have been entertaining us today, I gotta say that. Earlier in the day, you had some struggles with the rear suspension.
Yeah.
We could tell you were busy. We didn't want to interrupt you. How much do you think that impacted your rally, and is the car all healthy now?
Yeah. Look, the cars are as healthy as they can be after the rough stages we've had today, and you know we're powering on, and I think we're leading two-wheel drive and we're fourth outright, so it's as good as you can do in an old Nissan.
I'll say you're powering on, that's for sure. We noticed that a lot of you're doing a lot of lifting off the accelerator in an effort to get the power down on the corner exits.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Do you have anything this rough in your Australian rallies for these first couple stages this morning?
Yeah, we've got a rally that is similar, but not as many big rocks. Like that was pretty tricky this morning, and you know it pretty much broke both cars on the first pass, and we didn't think that was going to happen, but it did, and you know we all sort of got in there and fixed them and made it happen, and a bit
That's
of teamwork
fantastic.
And got it together.
Yeah, love to see it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's move right along. Is it? It is Ross. I wanted to call you Russ. I apologize. I'm just getting to know these guys. Hey, I'm Matthew Johnson.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. I'm good. So Will comes by, and I'm like, that guy's driving the crap out of that car. And then you come by, I'm like, this guy's a proper lunatic. Are you having fun today?
Oh, loved it. As Will said, the first part of the first stage was or the second stage was a bit of a car breaker. It snapped me some bash plate off, but fixed that. Went back out there and had a ball. Loved the stages. The second last one had an absolute ball on it. Like, just lit up, just flat over the crest. Like, it's
Cool.
what ralling's made of.
Yeah, you're definitely having fun out there. What are I don't know where you sit in two-wheel drive. Like, what's the gap, or is he within touch, or?
Leaving service today, the first service, because I had some problems with my front end. We went out of service 6 minutes late, so I think it's 10 seconds each minute.
Yes.
So I lost a minute there, but not sure. Been like adding up a few times and all that with all the other boys. I think we may be third or fourth, but I wouldn't
Okay.
hold me to that.
What are your plans tomorrow?
Just keep around that area. Like, bring the car home. It's a brand new car. Just keep it on the road.
Anymore, it's not.
Yeah.
Not a brand new car
It
anymore.
was a brand new car.
Do you guys both have are the cars identical? Do they have same gearboxes? And
Very, very similar, yeah.
and what's your top speed?
About 210 kilometres an hour.
210 kilometers an hour is, what is that, 130 miles an hour?
Yeah.
How many times did you see that today?
I hit limiter once on that last stage.
Yeah.
Oh, second last
The
stage.
counts are up there. Probably 10 times.
So a two-wheel drive car with a turbo is not required to run a restrictor,
No,
right?
No.
So it's conceivable a two-wheel drive car with a turbo can make more power, and if you're going fast enough so you're not getting all wheel spin, these guys could be actually hitting higher top speeds than potentially any of the rest of the field out here. So it's going to be really interesting tomorrow. I know ACP is a bit worried about his gearing disadvantage, he would call it.
Yeah, well,
His top
he
speed's
was
not quite
actually
that fast.
It was a fast stage. I think it was the second last stage we did today. Was probably one of the fastest stages we'll do, and that was we were 1/10 separated by 1/10 of a second.
Fantastic.
In
That's
9
going to be a
minutes.
great battle
Yeah.
tomorrow too. Okay, I love it. Love to hear it. Well, I've got to rip around and see some other folks while we're still here today.
Thanks,
we
man.
look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Welcome. I'm glad you're both here.
Thanks for talking to us.
All right, yeah, you
Thank
got
you
it.
very much.
All right, guys, well done. All right, let's cruise on along here. I was gonna grab a Mason, didn't I? Oh, Mason, you're right there. Sorry, I don't want to pick on Mason, but you're so short, you're hiding under behind Will. Tell us, so we got you off camera really quickly. You went off on a left 3
Yep.
earlier
Yeah,
today?
It was a right 6 into a left 3, and I heard the note and everything. Just got a little too close to the inside on the left 3, and it got soft and sucked us in.
I've played that game before, and that's no fun. You're
That
like,
happens.
wait, no. Ah!
You see it coming in slow motion, you're like, ah! Oh.
This sucks. So the car wasn't damaged though, aside from like a dent or two,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, minimal damage.
And you got pulled out?
and just drove away like nothing happened.
Were you able to get a time for that? Are you officially out of the national?
We're officially out of the national, but
Okay.
we were able to join the next stage, and we've been running since.
Cool. Well, all of these miles in your new car are critical miles for development and experience, and I'm
Absolutely.
glad you're still able to be driving and get the most out of the weekend.
Thank you.
Cool. All right, we'll see you in the morning.
Sounds good.
All right, good job, Mason. All right. And I need to keep telling some stories. One of those would be this two-wheel drive car sitting here if I could find an ACP, but I don't see him right now. It's usually pretty easy to pick him out. Tracy. Tracy, come talk to us. Come on, Tracy.
Matthew.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
This is Tracy Manspeaker. She's co-driving in the Mazda 323 with, is it Paul?
Phil Myers.
Phil Myers. I keep jacking that one up. I apologize.
That's okay, I won't tell.
Okay, good. You guys came by us dragging the skid plate, I believe, on stage 8.
Yes,
And I told a story about how bad that sucks, being in a car that's like banging its skid plate on every bump.
that's true. But I figure we're grading it so that it'll be ready for tomorrow.
For sure.
Customer service at its best when you're, middle of the pack.
Did it hang on and make it to the end of the stage?
It certainly did.
You still have a skid plate.
We certainly do, yes.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
Is Phil looking forward to tomorrow's stages?
yes.
Does he like those more than the rough ones this morning?
Yeah, and this is the shakedown for the car since it's new to him, although my husband and I built it in 05.
Okay.
So it's going to be back in, the old girl. And it's shaken out well, and we're looking forward to tomorrow, absolutely.
Cool. Are you guys running the regional only, or are you entering in the national? I should know this.
Regional only.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
but
where
we're
do you
gonna-
sit?
Right now, I heard we're at, I want to say 18. We were
Okay.
at 23. So
Okay.
slow and steady sometimes.
Oh, not sometimes. That's a really critical piece to rally. You have to win. Sorry, you have to finish before you can win anything.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow sometime.
Hope so.
All right,
Thank you.
Tracy. All right. Tracy Manspeaker there. A staple at rallies in the Northwest territory here in the rally world. Do a quick little look around and see who I've got to chat with. I don't recognize the David Higgins hanging out over here. I see some crew. I see a Lance. We're going to turn around and head back the other way. Teams are going to be here for another about 15 minutes. David, great. They just come to me sometimes. David Sterckx, how was the rest of your day today?
It's going well. It's just hard to keep going without breaking anything. So it's tough.
I was telling the story that most of your experience before you came here was tarmac based in Belgium.
Yeah.
That's accurate, right?
Yeah.
And then you started learning loose surfaces. Are you liking this, or are you thinking you'd rather be on the tarmac?
No, I like it a lot. I think the feeling is more fun, and no, I like it a lot. But I still have to find the braking points and the traction, and I need some experience.
We were watching you through Starve Out this last stage, and you took a hard right through that gate where it was muddy, and that looked a little tricky. Was it as slippery as it looked to us?
But yeah, I think they add some water there. Or
Yes.
I
We
didn't-
watched them add the water, and I went and played around with my feet, and I thought, this is pretty slippery,
Yeah,
this water.
and I didn't know. So when I arrived, it was too late, and I saw that gate coming, but it went through.
Luckily, it fit.
Yeah.
Great. I assume you're leading Super Production
I think so, but
by a pretty good margin?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lauchlin's not going to be in the fight right now, and honestly, I don't know the other guys in SP cars well enough to know exactly where they sit. So hopefully we can.
Henderson is going well, I think. So, and the problem was a couple of cars behind us, so we don't have his time. So.
It's hard to keep an eye on him. Yeah. Cool. Thanks for your time, David. We'll see you in the morning. Have a good night. Well done today. All right, let's go see if we can get Mr. Henderson. Okay. Mr. Henderson. I forgot your first name. Dave. It's probably Dave. That would be my first guess. Dave Henderson, everybody. Where do you live? Where are you from?
Right here in, well, not right here in Dufur, but Hood River, Oregon.
Wow,
So-
that would be as much of a local as we've got, probably.
I guess, local advantage, maybe.
Awesome. Do you do other events around, or is it just this your staple?
I do the whole Northwest Rally America regional series.
Okay.
But, this is our first attempt and launch into national because it's our home rally. It's easy for us to do and afford.
Fantastic. And your car's been a Super Production car the whole time, right? I remember I've seen you driving Super Production for a while.
No.
Or am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay.
I
It happens.
want to say you're wrong. You
That's
are
enough.
sadly mistaken. No. We got this car in October. It was built, but it was built like the guy who built it didn't really kind of build it to class spec. So we raced Mount Hood Rally last year, and then the Big White Canadian Rally. In its trim, it was kind of it's Super Production motor-wise, but it had like carbon fiber dash and had all this weird stuff. So we spent the winter re-prepping it to Super Production class specs in hopes to do this national rally.
Cool.
So-
And I don't know where you lie right now, but I know it looks like you're in a big hurry out on the stages. How's that turning out?
It's so far so good. We got some work to do tonight. We either have a bad drive shaft diff or axle or axles. The last three stages were pretty loud and clunky, but it didn't affect how the car drove, or it didn't seem to affect the speed. And other than that, we've been good. I think I know we entered the last three stages second in Super Production by, 50 seconds or something. But,
50 seconds.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a
And
margin
I don't
you
want to
could.
call anyone out, but we had to stop for Antoine Lestage because he was stopped in the middle of a really super single lane place, and we had to back out and go. So
I know
see,
he
that
was.
might be the difference, but they already
Yeah.
apologized
No,
for it.
I hear you. I hear you. It's
Yeah.
it's part.
It's
We call
rally.
that force majeure.
Exactly, it's rally.
That basically means shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
you
does.
gotta go, so.
Constantly in rallying.
Yeah.
What are your goals for tomorrow? Do you want to keep a close eye on David there and go chase him down?
Absolutely. Well, our goals right now, we'll fix the car and make sure we finish through tomorrow. And I always tell my co-driver, we'll take it easy. We'll go, we got to just finish. We'll finish the second. He's like, yeah, that'll happen. So we'll try to press pretty hard tomorrow.
One of our guys, Byron, took a ride with you on the media stage and said you were worried about your brake pads trying to part company with the rest of the car. What was going on with that, and is that fixed?
I'm going to say kind of. The brakes are working. I've had to kind of change the way I brake a little bit. We had a brake bias controller, not controller, but the rod actually through the brake pedal.
Okay.
Something kind of went south on that, and so we tried to fix it as best we can and secure it with decent balance.
Yeah.
And then we just kind of nutted it and we left it. So
Leave
we
it,
could-
yeah, and just
so we
drive
could
it.
Actually go rally.
Sure.
So it was bad. Like I didn't know if I was going to drive press stages, and then all of a sudden I used 4 zip ties to kind of hold it together. and let people ride with me. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Here, hop on in. Sure, it's safe.
exactly. You'll be fine.
I gotta say, I hate braking problems. That is no fun to deal
Yeah,
with.
I'd rather do with anything else than the knowledge of not being able to stop always freaks me out.
It's
so.
scary. No, trust me. Thanks for your time. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Yep,
I
you
do
too.
I do
We'll see you
remember
tomorrow.
we've chatted before. I would have guessed Dave eventually.
Yep.
We're gonna keep cruising around,
right.
see some other folks. See you in the morning. Okay. All right. Do you have any thoughts about our program here? Are we gonna run it out? Anybody we're missing that we should go and grab? Hey. Yes, you can steal her. We can say thank you to Lisa LeClaire for her help earlier today. We'll see her maybe tomorrow on the support team in the background. Cool. These are keys. All right, taking care of some logistics here.
Bag out of there.
Oh, is it still unlocked? Actually, no, it's not. All right, just leave those on the floor or something. Okay. Check out the mountain. It looks pretty great. We've been trying to get you a shot of that mountain, and actually that's one of the reasons we were in such a mess in stage 8. Where we were trying to intersect the stage we thought was quite near a pond and a beautiful view of this mountain while rally cars went by. In our efforts to find that view, we were kind of wasting time and weren't aware of it, so we never were able to bring that to you. And we made a great little entertaining video going off-roading in a place we didn't really expect or anticipate to go off-roading. I would love to talk to Garth.
I can give you a number of the guy who has those. I think they're usually around here. I'll just give you his number. Call me next week or whatever, and I'll give you his number.
See if you can get a pan around of Garth's car, maybe inside. We'll go around here. One of the things I think is so cool about Garth's car, can you get a zoom in there?
What are you looking for?
Here's where he changes gears. It's 3 on the tree, or maybe it's 4 on the tree, but it's like his gear shift lever is on the steering column. The other weird thing, not weird, the other Saab specific thing is, look where the clutch, brake, and gas pedal are. They are far off centered from where a driver actually, I want to. Honestly, after watching you beat this thing to within an inch of its life today, come talk to us. So we're friends and been friends a couple years, and I've always enjoyed watching you rip around.
Yeah.
But I feel like somebody stuck a firecracker up your butt today and said you really got to go for it, because every time I see you, especially sketchy things like that right-hand corner on Starve Out, I'm forgetting things
the
already.
Bottom of the hill.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Few people have the throttle buried into the floorboard on the way down that hill with knowledge that they were hopefully going to get slowed down for that right-hander, and you're one of them. And the crowd wakes up, and they love to see you rip
I saw
around.
a Swedish flag flying, so I was going nuts. No, actually, what it is, it's this motor. We've got it together on Thursday night about 7:30 at night, and it's just a 1500, and it's actually bored to about 16, so it's a short stroke motor. So the RPMs are great, but the torque is horrible. So you got to keep it buried the whole time. Momentum is your friend. So just drive it like you stole it and go for it.
I can see that even after the turn.
I'm trying to blow it up is what I'm trying to do, and it is not. These little motors, I tell you, they just keep going, man.
On the way away from us, I could hear you upshift, and then it was maybe not the best ratio.
You saw
and I would hear you dip the clutch.
Whoa! Yeah, I got a putt clutch in there. It'll handle it,
But that
short
just
stages.
lets me know you're really trying to go for it if you're going for the clutch dip to get the revs up.
Well, I'll tell you what. One of these days we're going to get you in one of these things, because I know, and I will get you in one. You can do the same thing. It'll be a blast.
I honestly love it. I love watching it. So your everyday business, trackside.
Yep.
Is that what we call it? A&T tire or trackside? Both of them.
Yeah.
Garth has been in the middle of he's been responsible for helping tons of different rally teams at different times. If you come to rally here at the Oregon Trail and blow your car up, Garth's number is whose number you will eventually get. Maybe this guy can help you is what you'll hear, and usually he can. He's one of the most generous guys in the sport. He helps tons of people he barely knows. I was one of those guys several years ago, and I super appreciate it, and now we're great friends as a result. So.
Oh, yeah. I made great friends from it, and that's what it's all about, This rally's that kind of thing, It's it's kind of a family. We're a big family here, and we're having a good time. And so it doesn't get any better than that.
No, agreed. Let's talk about results really quick. In the regional, did you stomp everybody's butt or what?
You know what? I haven't even looked at the scoreboard at all.
Are you kidding me? This guy.
Hey, it's about having fun. We're just, Russ, I think, went and looked at it earlier at the service area, but, we'll see what happens. I mean,
Were you responsible?
I'll be at the bar until later and I'll know what happens because someone will come up and tell me. But other than that, I don't know.
Or are you responsible for the other 2 Saab 996s out here?
Sure.
I thought so. So you helped build those. And
I built them, but they were, a lot of the prep work was by Ron, the guy who's driving the blue one that looks like a Swedish flag.
Yes.
That actually has my motor and transmission out of this car because I built another motor for this one and it didn't work out so well. That's why we were putting the motor in, at 7:30 on Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
The last hour.
He's got my motor and transmission that used to be in this one that we ran last year. So he's having a great time. He's an old friend. He actually raced the Olympus Rally back in the 80s, and I crewed for him back then. So
was he in a Saab then too?
No.
Okay.
He was an FX16. And,
all right.
So he crewed for me when I started rallying this car, and so now I put him back in a Saab to get him back out here. He hasn't rallied probably in 15, 20 years. So
wow.
Yeah, he's having a blast.
Once a rallyist, always a rallyist.
Yes,
Garth,
you're right.
Thanks for your time.
It's great to talk to you guys.
Yeah, you too, man.
Soon, man.
We'll see you around tonight later. Hi. Oh, okay, we got keys. I want to try to grab Brian right here.
Uh-oh. Hey.
How much dirty drifting have you been doing?
A lot more this afternoon than this morning.
You looked like you're having fun here on the last stage coming through Starve Out, 90 right through the gate. Yeah, is the car fixed?
Yeah, it is. We broke a few things today, but got it all fixed. The crew got it together, and it's running good now.
This is Brian Gottlieb, everybody, if you haven't met him. I've known his face for several years, and I'm finally putting some names here where they need to be so I can talk to him. Tell me, were you in the regional or the national? Because I don't know.
We're actually running dual entry for this one.
Good, so you're in good shape to be a new race tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, as soon as we booked a tension rod this morning on right at the end of Ferme Mountain and just ratchet strapped it together and limped it through Ketchum to get to service, and that was pretty much it for the national. But new regional starts again tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
Cool, man. Thanks for your time. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a good one. You got it. Cool. In the background, you can kind of hear the guys working on Lauchlin's car, turning it over, trying to figure out why the motor sounds the way it does, because it's not supposed to sound that way. Jamie.
Hey.
Do you want to tell us how the rest of your day went? Jamie Thomas, everybody, we interviewed her earlier. She looked like she was having some fun as well and moving along pretty well.
Yeah, we had a good time. We got really comfortable. We were flying along and I think up 5th or 6th overall in region. And we had a little transit issue.
Oh,
but
what'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Rally? Uh-oh. It's always a co-driver's fault.
I didn't do anything. But we found our way back, and I think we had a pretty decent stage time on the last stage. We did catch a line of cars coming in, but there's going to be some inquiries on that. We should be all right. We're here for fun. We're here to have a good time, and I had a good time.
Good to hear. Did you do much practicing in this car to get ready for the event, or did you just drive some other things to kind of get your senses ready to jump back in an event?
At Dirtfish Rally School for the last year.
Oh, you've been there a whole year?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm behind.
So in and out of a car now and then.
Okay, good.
But not every day. I did take my car up to the school and did a practice session and tried to break it and couldn't break it, so I was happy.
Good. So. Good for you. Well, it was nice to see you out.
Yeah,
we'll see you tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right,
Have
later.
a good night.
Okay, good night. Okay. Yes, with Mount Hood in the background, I'm going to close this sucker up, fold up this puppy, hand it to some editors, let them stay up to 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and get it posted for everybody to watch. I'll clean it up here. Matthew Johnson here, signing off from day 2 of Oregon Trail Rally 2012. We've got Mount Hood in the background. We've had a fantastic set of stages today. They started out really rough when we keep hearing about cars being broken, and all that happened kind of at the foothills of Mount Hood. Now we've come to the high desert region of Dufur, where things smooth out, the speeds go way up, and I'd say the fun factor, drivers are probably able to relax a bit more and have a little bit more fun with some of the stages here in the Dufur region. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Thank you for joining us. Again, Matthew Johnson for Rally America.